What's going on, YouTube? FG3000 back in the place to be. And today we're in a slightly different location. Today we're playing a little bit of Rift. And this game it's about 3 years old. So I'm only going to make this video just kind of give you guys an impression of what it's like to play at the mid-level range. Like I said, because the game is pretty old, so I don't want to I really don't want to put out a lot of videos on it. But I do want to kind of show people what to expect. Once you get up in the levels a little bit. I'm level 38. So this gives you an idea of what the mid-level content looks like and kind of give you some of my thoughts about the game thus far. Whoa. Got to add there, guys. Got to add. Go ahead and DPS down this guy, and I'll tell you what my abilities do here in a second. As soon as the tank picks up this guy, come on! Or I probably could stop DPSing it, but whatever. Since when do DPS? Well, actually, I'm not even DPS. I'm support DPS. So it's a little bit different. There we go. All right. So I am playing a DPS range cleric. So my first 4 abilities here, I'm not going to go into super detail about what they all do specifically, but they're all dots. Every single one of these abilities are all dots. My Q ability right here allows me to weaken them first. So for single targets, what I'll do, wait for the tank, hit him with my debuff, do 1 dot, do 2 dots, do 3 dots, do 4 dots, and then I'll just DPS him down with my Bolt of Judgment. As I cast my Bolt of Judgment, I'll get this little buff right here, which allows me to do an instant cast for free. And that's pretty much my rotation for the most part. It's pretty simple. This is 37 levels in. I have a lot of passives, but as far as the actual rotation of the actual combat, this is pretty much what to expect. And then here on 8, 9, 10, I have some AoE abilities. I have an AoE ability that once it kills whoever it's on, it blows up. I have one that spreads, and then I just have one that's just straight up damage. And that's pretty much my skill set right now. So as you can see, I'm just gonna DPS this or dot this guy up, dot him up, and I have plenty of time to cast this, even though it does override itself. So it's a good idea to pretty much pop it off as soon as you can. And that's pretty much it. That's kind of my rotation. So that gives you an idea of what to expect a little bit. This is a hotkey MMO, if you have not noticed. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. Oh. Hold on. Let's get some AoE action going on here. Smack it up and bring him down. It doesn't actually bother me as much as I thought it did. A few months ago, before Neverwinter came out and before Guild Wars 2 came out, if you would have told me that I would be playing another hotkey MMO, I'd have laughed at you. But there's something about action combat versus hotkey MMOs. I don't think it is as bad as everyone thought it was going to be. Come back to Rift or come back to World of Warcraft after you played those games, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And the reason for that, hold on, let him get in there first. The reason for that, I think, is just because hotkey MMOs have a certain flow to them. It's almost kind of like playing a rhythm game with your keyboard. You know, going through your rotations, there's a certain satisfaction with doing a proper DPS rotation or a proper tank rotation that I think most, like, let's say Neverwinter, for example, there's not really any real rotations. You pretty much what is this? Yada, 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 yada. Yeah, whatever. I thought the server's about to go down. But like in Neverwinter, there is not really a set rotation. You just kind of do your abilities when they're off of cooldown or when you're in combat and it, dictates a certain ability like a Vanish or a Poison or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But in this game, I mean, I kind of dig the rotations. It's been, like I said, it's been a long time, so doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. So, I don't know what our tank's doing, but our tank's actually I think he's a rogue, to be honest. Yeah, he is. Really neat thing about this game is that everyone has at least 3 functions. Me as a cleric, I can do all 4. I can do tank, I can do DPS, I can do healing, and I can do support. Whereas like a rogue, for example, they can do DPS, they can do tanking, and they can do support. So I'm actually pretty much flabbergasted that no other game has ripped off yet. Because that is an amazing little, I mean, it's you're never locked into just doing only one thing. And it's more than just a talent tree. I mean, this is like, you are straight up a tank. You're, I mean, just because you're a warrior doesn't mean you probably will never even roll a tank if you don't want to. If that's something that you don't want to do, you don't have to do it. Or if you want to be a cleric and DPS forever or support forever, you never have to put a single healing spell on your bar ever. So that is very, very cool. Like I said, I'm surprised that no one's ripped them off and stolen that idea, because I love the flexibility of being able to be like, you know what, I want to group really, really quick. Let me switch to my tank spec. Or, hey, you know what, I'm feeling a little lazy like I am right now. Let me just DPS support in the background. And the game allows you to do that. I don't feel gimped in any way. And the groups don't say, hey, ah, crap, we have a rogue as our main tank. This sucks. No one ever says that. No one's ever gimped in any way. At least not, at least so far, you know, as far as I've been playing sub level 37 content. Go ahead and DPS these down. My AoE feels so good to do, by the way. And see ya later. I said later. Animations are pretty cool. There are some moves in this game that the animations probably, they're 3-year-old animations, so they don't look as cool as they should. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Well, guess we're not gonna fight this guy right now. Let's go ahead and do some AoE. Oh, there goes the boss. Oh yeah, that's a smart idea. Let me just AoE the boss. That's smart. So if I could kind of give you guys an idea of what this game feels like as far as the dungeons so far, and Rift fans, don't yell at me. So far, this game feels like Wrath of the Lich King dungeons. There is a lot of AoE pools. As you can see, we had the boss and a trash pack, and I mean, nobody was scared. We were never in any danger for the most part. I mean, oh, I say that and I'm Half-Life all of a sudden, and I ain't talking about the video game. All right, now we're good. But like I said, I mean, you pretty much just get a bunch of trash pools, round them up, AoE them down. So it's very Wrath of the Lich King-ish. So far, like I said, I'm still level 37. Which is, level 37 is, that's 1 day, 14 hours, 56 minutes, and 21 seconds worth of gameplay to get to this level. And I haven't really been, you know, I haven't done any PvP, so you got to factor that in as well. I have been doing trade skills. Uh-oh. What's wrong, guys? Ah. I've been doing trade skills, so pretty much I stopped very, very often to do trade skills. That is one thing that they did an extremely good job on, and I kind of feel like they did it on purpose. I feel like they created crafting with the game in mind, and I know that sounds like, duh, shouldn't all games create their game with the crafting as a focal point of some sort? And for the most part, most games don't. Once again, I'm going to draw a comparison to Neverwinter. It's pretty much impossible to craft things in Neverwinter without out-leveling them. I mean, it's pretty much a waste of time. But here in Rift, they're like, let's take for example the very first zone that I can't show you. Yes, I can. Nope, can't show you. So the very first zone is Silverwood, if you're a Guardian. And as soon as I was done with Silverwood, I was able to go back to town and craft myself a whole new set of armor for the next zone. And then I went to the next zone, which was called Gloomwood, and I was able to do the same exact thing. Once I was kind of done with the zone, I was able to craft myself a complete suit of armor for the most part, and have, like, you know, brand new gear to go into the new zone. I mean, it feels really, really good to, you know, spend a whole zone getting materials, and then when you're about to go to the next zone, being able to put all those crafting goods to use and basically create yourself a whole new suit of armor and get ready to go into the new zone with some style and some flair. It's really, really cool. And like I said, I'm almost, let me see, I think level 30, I think around 40, I'm about to create myself a new suit of armor using Cobalt. But I haven't really found any Cobalt to mine just yet, so looking forward to it though, even though I do look pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Do a Soul Drain here and AoE him down. And as you can see, I probably should have brought this up before. I'm not wearing any boots, and I never will. One awesome thing about this game. Oh, let me get out. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even realize our healer was dead. I'm sitting here. Oh, wow. This is Hey guys, anybody want to take care of this? And I'm support, so this is like my time to shine. But I'm not support heals, so yeah, we're pretty much about to wipe. This is a done deal. Well, remember when I was saying that so far game was pretty easy? I got nommed by a goddamn graboid. Are those called graboids? Or did you just make up that name? Yeah, I feel like you made that name up. Alright, let's see. Who everybody can res in this game, so let's just see who's gonna run back and start resin. It's not gonna be me, because I already used my soul walk. My soul walk gives me the ability to res, and I can kinda walk a distance away. But 42 minutes and yeah. Anyone have soul walk up? Not me. Or I can purchase Soul Walk using Cash Shop stuff here, which I'm never ever gonna do. This right here, the Cash Shop in this game is extremely fair, but stuff like this, there's no way that I'm gonna pay any amount of money to res back. It's just not gonna happen. But it doesn't look like anybody has Soul Walk, so I'm just gonna go ahead and respawn. It respawns you a short distance away from the dungeon. But the issue is with that, I've never really been to the dungeon before. It's over there. Oops, going the wrong way. I've never actually been to the actual dungeon itself. Or I feel like it's gonna. Oh, never mind. Yeah, didn't even have to walk back. All right, so back in here, let's go ahead and buff up here. All right. This right here, who is she? She is a mage DPS, elementalist, as you can see. She has these earth pets. She has a water pet and an air elemental pet that I've seen so far. I don't know why she's using this one because this is more of a tank pet. As far as I know, of course I could be wrong, but I thought that this was more of a tank pet, and she has an actual DPS air pet. But whatever. Let's take a look at this guy. Who is he? He is a cleric. That is our main healer. Got it. Already talked about the rogue dude. And what is this dude? Where is he at? And he is... He is an offensive cleric. So he's straight DPS. Looks like we forgot a quest. I already did the quest, so I could care less about doing it again. But, you know, I'll be a good team player and we'll just do it. Not a big deal. And in true fashion, well, not in true fashion, because games haven't been doing this forever. A long time ago, you had to kind of go find the quests for dungeons yourself. But lately, I'm glad that they've changed that whole aspect of most MMOs. And most MMOs now, all the quest givers are at the very, very beginning of the zone. So that way everybody has the same quest. No one's like, hey, please, can you share such and such quest with me? Or can someone go get it? It's very, very convenient that way. And I'm glad MMOs are doing that. You can call it easy mode, but it's just more convenient for groups, I think. Alright. DPS this guy down. I don't need that. I'm not even going to touch it. Look at this beast right here. Oh yeah, I forgot what I was talking about earlier. So I'm not wearing any shoes, and like I said before, I never will. And the very, very cool thing about this game is that there is a wardrobe feature, and you can turn off every single thing that you want. So if I want to turn off my shoulder pads, I can. If I want to put my helmet back on, I can. Or if I just want to take off my breastplate and walk around in my skippies, I can do that too. And I still get all the benefits of my armor. So they're really, really cool about doing that. There are certain games that... Whoa! Hey, buddy. Trying to get yourself a little cameo appearance? I see you. Go ahead and DPS these things down. Never mind. I wasn't AoE them down, but no need. Wow, why is this guy not losing any life? Oh, did I pull somebody else? I think I pulled somebody from a distance. No matter. I can tank it too. I wear chainmail, so I'm not going to die that fast. Anyway, very, very cool of them to do that, to allow role players, such as myself, I am on the role-playing server, even though I'm not really a role player. But I do like role playing the fact that I am an elf walking around with no shoes on, keeping it all natural, not shaving my armpits, not shaving my legs, just doing my thing. DPS is checking down over here. Alright. Look at this. And the graphics look pretty awesome. I mean, I was going to say, don't you think? Like, you can really answer me, but I think the graphics are actually pretty good for a 3-year-old game. I have everything on max settings here, and I'm running right around 30 frames per second with fraps on. So without fraps, easily 70, 80 frames per second on this game with no problems at all, even with a lot of action. Even with the raids, the outdoor raids that are in this game, I'm still at about 15 frames per second during those with max settings, and there's easily 50, 60 people around us during those times. So can't be mad at having 15 frames per second when there's that many people around, and it's still pretty smooth. And like I said, if I want to turn down my graphics, which I don't, but if I did, I could get some more frames, but yeah, I'm too spoiled. I'm just going to go ahead and AoE these guys down here. I love the animation with my AoE. Look at that. That is so awesome. Uh-oh. Caught somebody in my periphery trying to creep up on us. Yeah, I see you. Well, this thing's almost dead anyway. Shoot this down, and here we go. Anytime you're ready, buddy. Oh, that's cool. He has like a little lightning teleport. Alright, what's this guy doing? That thing looks absolutely disgusting in an awesome way. Let's go ahead and do our AoE. Coolest AoE animation in the world right here. Show me an MMO with a cooler animation for AoEs. Show me one! You can't! Throw some dots on him even though he's almost dead. Alright. Get in there, buddy. Get in there. So yeah, so far, Wrath of the Lich King pulls. We just kind of just ground them up and AoE them down. These are all elites. None of these were like non-elites or anything. They're all elite level mobs. So, not that I mind. I really kind of like that type of gameplay when it comes to pickup groups and dungeons. I like just going through, you know, grabbing a bunch of mobs and AoEing them down. It's fun to me. So surprised at people that know that reference. Did I miss something? Graboid. I didn't know the reference. That movie is almost as... I don't even know what he's talking about. Down they go. So another aspect about this game is that there are two factions. I'm currently playing the Guardian, and there's also the Defiant. And kind of the none of them are really evil, so it's not like one's evil and one's good. Hey! It's not like one's evil and one's good. It's just one, as far as I understand it, of course I could be wrong, I'm still very new to this game, but as far as I understand it, the Guardians are more inclined to the gods, praying for them for support, and then the Defiant, they use the power of the dragons and technology. As far as I know. Like I said, I could be wrong, but those two factions are non-existent, at least on this PvE server. I'm not sure how it is on PvP, but on PvE, I'm pretty... Is there like this guy right here? He's actually a Defiant. So we can still group together, and we don't have to PvP out in the open, even though their names would be yellow. So you can target them and can attack them even on the PvE server, but they can't do it unless, you know, you initiate some drama first. So if you don't bring any drama... Oh, I was about to pull another... About to get kicked from the group for being a noob, probably. I haven't been kicked from the group yet, or any group so far since I've been playing. Pretty much everybody's pretty cool so far. As far as there's no raging or anything like that. Probably because of the fact that what the I'm about to rage right now. I don't know my own power, buddy. I'm just so powerful. Sorry there, Tanky. These dots grab a crap ton of aggro. Either that or I just do a lot of damage. I don't have any DPS meters, so I'm not sure where I rank as far as who does the most damage, but I typically find myself taking aggro even if I attack whoever the tank's attacking, because I know right there I wasn't even attacking the tank. But typically, even when I'm attacking whoever the tank is on, unless it's like a boss or something, I can pull aggro if I want. But I don't. Alright, so this is a boss, Ravalos. Stand back. Meh, I'm not that scared. Go ahead and bring that, and DPS AoE down. Look at those beautiful numbers. This is so, I mean, this is satisfying, I'm telling you right now. When I first installed this game, I only intended to do a preview of it. Like, I was just going to put a video on my channel, just do a quick preview, uninstall it, and go back to playing whatever I felt like playing. 37 levels later, yeah, I haven't put the game down since. So if anything you want to take from this video, I do absolutely approve of Rift. It is probably my favorite MMO free-to-play game right now. Neverwinter has definitely been dethroned. And wholeheartedly recommend it. And speaking of free-to-play, I might make another video talking about the cash shop, but I'll kind of go over it right now. Since this boss is straight up tank and spank, he's super easy. So I'll kind of tell you a little bit about the cash shop here. As soon as the tank takes over. Alright, let's throw down some DOTs. And, oh, he's not taking spank. Ah! Alright, so he's taking spank, but you have to stay out of these little quicksand looking things, whatever they are. It's not going to do him any good. Look at that. This boss is already dead. I don't know if just that we're very strong, or the bosses are very weak, or people in this group are, yeah, 40, 39. Yeah, that's probably what it is. We have some people that are a little bit higher level. So that's what's making this thing look a lot easier than it's supposed to be. But anyway, back to the cash shop. So I have, let's see what we got here. Some fat loot. I'll need that if you don't mind. Let's see if I win this bad boy. Ah, jerks. So in the cash shop, I bought some credits very, very early on. I bought this pack of 3250, and I can tell you right now, I don't really have anything that I want to spend money on at all. Mounts are very, very, very cheap in this game, like absolutely nothing. So that's the only thing I've really bought. I bought a mount, and I bought some bags. And other than that, there's absolutely nothing I want to spend my money on at all. Like, that $20 is just rotting away in the in my inventory because there's really nothing I want. There's XP potions, but this is my very first time playing the game, so why would I want to level up faster than I'm supposed to? I know some people, you know, want to rush to the end game, but in a game like this where free-to-play just happened, you really want to stay with the curve of the leveling curve. Especially with a game like Rift, since there are so many events going on in the outside world, you really, really want to stay with the pack. That way you can do all these rifts and all these outdoor raid bosses. You want to do that with a lot of people. So I don't really recommend buying XP potions right now for your first character if this is if you're coming back or if you're playing this game for the first time, because you don't want to outlevel that leveling curve. Not only is that going to just kind of ruin your experiences of the outdoor areas, but there's not going to be enough people doing dungeons as well. So not what you want to do. Would not recommend it. So that's one thing that's in the cash shop. There's also gear in the cash shop. Yeah, there is. But it's mostly geared towards people that are on their second or third character, and they just want to get some gear. It's almost like heirloom gear in a sense, that you basically get the best level gear for the next 10 levels. So you can buy 20 through 29 set of gear, and it's pretty much the best set of gear that you're going to have for that. So it's kind of the equivalent of having an heirloom gear, like from World of Warcraft. So you can buy that, but I like getting dungeons. I like getting dungeon drops because it's cool. You know, it gives you a cool feeling of you actually, uh, making your own gear, getting your own gear from dungeons and stuff like that, and also crafting. So I don't want to just buy my gear. It's more fun to go out into the real world and actually get it yourself, if that makes any sense. I know it's kind of roundabout on that part. So I don't plan on ever buying any of the gear bundles. Um, and that's pretty much it. I'm not really into just fake wardrobe stuff. You know, gear that you put on top of your real armor. That's not my thing either. I'm not into EXP potions. I'm not into, yeah. That's pretty much the gist of the cash shop there. So this is probably one of the most free to play games I've seen in a long time. And the things that people like the most, like mounts, they're the cheapest things in the store. They're like nothing. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Once I get this AoE going. Alright. The mounts that are in the store. There are some premium mounts. But let's just take, for example, the mount that I just bought. It's only 40 credits. 40 credits is like nothing. 40 credits is nothing. So, I mean, they're really nice about... I mean, they could have made those mounts super expensive if they wanted to. Because at the end of the day, mounts are vanity, right? So that's typically what games make the most expensive. Oh, ow! What the? No! Get out of here. Typically, games make those the most expensive. What the? Let's get out of here a little bit. Bring it over to the tank here. That's what I'm really supposed to do. If I grab aggro, bring it to the tank. What the? I'm just going to stop DPSing for a second. Alright, let's go ahead and AoE him down. I'm going to get out of this. I want to be in the middle. And there we go. And see you later, Grave Lich. Leech, whatever you are. Nice. Anyway, so yeah, they really could have ripped everyone off with mounts, and they didn't. So that's pretty awesome. So if you, like I said, if you want a really free to play game that you can basically do everything you want, you're not going to feel restricted. This is the game to play. Can't say anything bad about the cash shop at all. Now we got 2 more bosses left, and this dungeon is coming to an end. Oh wow, I'm getting DPS by this stupid thing. I don't want to be over there. Let someone else take that damage. I'll put some dots on this. Why not? Why not? Take down this ad. Oh, they just pop out of the... Okay. I thought I was doing something wrong last time. They just pop out of the ground no matter what. Put our tank round him up and AoE him down. One more. Last hit. Give me that extra gold. No? Nothing? And here is the second to the last boss. Pretty easy, though. So far, none of the bosses have really stressed me out at all. But like I said, this is still, you know, I'm only level 37. That can definitely change. But you'll see with this guy, there's really not much I have to do. I mean, he's almost dead. I don't even know what his gimmick is, if he even has one. I just see him walking around, taking damage. Oh, hey, where you going, buddy? Yep. Well, I guess he stuns people. But, yeah, that's not really scary at all. Hey, what you got, buddy? What kind of loot you got? Yeah, I don't really need that. I'll greet it. Cool death animation there. And don't laugh, but here is the last boss of this dungeon. Now, there are certain things in this game that are kind of like, really, this is the boss, but there he is. He's just some shadow. And I think this guy is just as easy as, oh wow, maybe not. So it looks like this guy, he shoots off AoE damage and needs to be healed up. Needs to be healed up. Oh, well, I guess someone wants to heal me. Look at that, he's almost dead! And that is the end of the dungeon, folks. Let's see what we got here. Don't need that. Don't need that either. Anyway, guys, so that has been a quick look at Rift. Some mid-level gameplay. Like I said, max graphical settings. Very, very cool game. I wholeheartedly recommend you guys play this one. It downloads super, super quick. I mean, you can download the entire client in less than like 40 minutes, maybe. So download the game. You have nothing to lose. You don't have to worry about putting any money down for the most part. You'll get pretty much all the classes except for the classes that are in the expansion pack. But you don't really need those to understand if you're going to like the game or not. So you can definitely, play around with the souls that are free, which is pretty much every single soul in the game except for 4. So it's a ton of content, a ton of dungeons, all the zones, all the raids. Everything is open to you for free to play. 100% recommended. Yeah, write that down. I'm on the Feyblight server, which is a PvE RP server. So if you want to come roleplay with me, which I'm not going to be doing, but if you want to come on over, this server is very high all the time. Always packed. There's always stuff going on. And yeah, that was fun, buddy. That was fun. Anyway, guys, my name has been FG3000. That has been Rift. This is my awesome looking elf. Look at her. Look at that beast. Yeah. And I'm out.